We are live. So, hi.
Hi.
Yes, I'm Cassie Badas, and I deal with finance. I'm new to it. So, thank you for having this session with me, because I really want to have a pathway so that I can understand how I'm going to be leading the rest of us, yeah?
Yeah.
So we're going to start with your introduction, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Could you introduce us to yourself?
Sure. I'm Brian Myers. So I am a CEO in Equiti Group, the CEO of Equiti Brokerage. I'm also a director of EGM Securities in Kenya, which is known as FX Pesa. And I also take care of a lot of other group business as well. Before this, I was a group CEO of a company called GKFX, quite a large brokerage. Before that, I was the chief commercial officer at another broker in North America. And various other jobs before that, yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. So how did you come into finance?
My mum used to work in a stockbroking house in East London, and so that was the first time I kind of heard about stockbroking and finance when I was very, very young. And then because I had an interest in it, my dad and I bought some Marks and Spencer's shares when I must have been about 6 or 7 years old.
Nice. Okay.
And we made a lot of money on those shares. And then that was it, I was hooked. But then the next one we didn't do so good. But, and then the good news about that is I learned a lot, right?
Yeah.
I made money, lost money.
Okay, so that was at the age of 6. That's when you came into
between
this.
between 6 and 10, me and my dad used to buy stocks together. Yeah, it was really not many 6-year-olds see that as fun, but yeah, I did. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I know that financial literacy is like, especially for Africans, is like big for you. Yeah.
Yeah, massive.
Yes. So why is it like why?
It's like. It is such a passion for me. It's like I know it's a cliche. When you get to a certain age, you want to give something back. It's such a cliche, isn't it? But it's true. You do. You get to an age, and then particularly if you're in a career that's been very good to you, which I have, which has been for me, very fortunately, you start realising that I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger, and I did a lot of things wrong, and I made these silly errors, and I started to realise that everyone was doing the same thing. We were all making the same mistakes. So why not share that? Why not try and talk to people about mistakes that I made and what I would have done differently when I was younger? And in some way, hopefully, some people kind of benefit from that and improve their financial literacy. And by doing that, there's a massive social impact that it can have. At the minute, we've got 70% of Kenyans entering retirement with $1 million shillings or less. 85%, I think, in the latest survey are going into retirement staring at poverty in Kenya. There's only one way of changing that, and that's improving financial literacy. Yeah,
educating them.
Exactly. So this is a massive, massive thing, and if I can, in some very small way, help, then great.
True. Well, at least we have that, and we are also trying to do the same here. Yeah. So, in Kenya, mostly the plan is go to school, get loans to pay for the school. Take up a job, get a job, pay for the loans. Put some cash aside for your retirement, and then retire. What do you have to say about this? And
this is the problem. This is why so many people are entering retirement with no money, because that's wrong.
That's wrong, right?
That's wrong. It's completely wrong.
It is.
So you're never, unless you're blessed with a beautiful voice or the best right foot kicking football in the world or something like that, the other 99.9% of us that aren't blessed with these things, we're not going to earn our way to financial freedom. As you earn money, and everyone knows this, the more money you earn, the older you get, the more responsibilities you have, and it just always feels like you can never really save anything meaningful, right? So you get a better job, you get a better career, but you have your first child, or your second child, or you're blessed your third child. I have 3 children, and they're very, very expensive. But then you get a house, now you need a bigger house, now you need another car, now you need a car for yourself and your wife. All these things come along that means that you just can't get ahead. But what you need to do is find a way of doing that, find a way of saving and investing. Okay? Investing is the key. You need to invest in something. Invest obviously in yourself, in your own business, into things like shares, into trading. By doing this, you're creating a wealth for you in the future, where you are earning money not off the basis of your work, right? So it's never going to work if you're going to try and earn your way to financial freedom. For me, and as I said, again, I'm talking about my past and what I've done. You have to invest your way to financial freedom.
Okay, there we have it, guys. So I'm a 20-something-year-old, and my first job pays, let's say, for example, roughly $200, right? That's like 20,000 Kenya shillings. Where do I start? I don't have a baby. I don't have. Well, there's also who have babies, but then where do I start?
Yeah. The mantra that I've always lived by, because particularly when you're starting, and particularly now, because everyone's on social media and everyone's on their phones for 8-9 hours a day, it's so noisy. Like everyone's shouting at you to invest in this latest coin that's going to make 10,000% return this week, and you speak to someone else and they're buying this property and that's the only thing you should do, and someone else is buying it. You just never know what you need to do, right? So I try and strip out the noise and keep it simple, and say, look, you've got to save, you've got to learn, invest, and then be patient. And the saving part for 20-something...
No, run that back, you have to save,
you've got to learn, invest, and be patient.
Okay.
Right? So let's talk about those one by one.
Yeah.
When you save, that's the one I just cannot help with. That no one can help with apart from the person themselves, right?
Yeah.
Whether that means that they have to get another job, a side hustle, a different job, or whatever it means to me, I don't know. I don't know the situation that anyone's in. I don't know what the world's throwing at that person. I don't know what it is. All I know is, if you want to be serious about financial freedom, you have to save money. If you don't, if you spend more than you earn, and you don't have anything in between, what can you use to invest? Nothing. So all I can say is, I'm sorry, I don't understand every single individual person's the hard and the toil they have to save something. I'm sorry, I don't understand that. All I can tell you is you have to do it if you want to do this. Right? Okay. So now you've saved and you've done whatever you need to do that. You've changed your lifestyle, you've lived within your means, you've got a side hustle, whatever you've done. Now you've got to learn. The learning part is, I keep saying to people, particularly 20-year-olds, let your gut tell you what's right and wrong. Like, the only one that's getting rich from a get-rich-quick scheme is the person selling it. So if you've got someone on social media screaming at you to follow them into some kind of investment that you know is too risky, your gut's telling you this isn't right. Right? And no one's... The path to financial freedom takes time. So don't try and cut corners, learn things for yourself, listen to podcasts, listen to the stuff that you're doing, come and see us at FX Peso, we've got loads of education, come and try and look at people that have done it. I look at Warren Buffett, that a lot of people, he's very, very old now, and etc. But I look at him and I say, this is a guy that's beaten the market 80 years, and he's worth $100 billion. I'm guessing he knows what he's talking about. Compared to Colin, that's on the just started trading 4.5 months ago, and he's screaming at me to get some coin through a mint. I know what horse I'm backing, right? I'm backing the horse that's worth 100 billion and has done it consistently. So that learn from people that know what they're doing, learn for yourself. Tap into a lot of education, and at that point you're ready to invest.
You're ready to invest.
When you're ready to invest, you've got to work out what your own risk is. If you're in your 20s and you're going to need money all the time, do you want to invest everything you have at that point in time? Maybe not. Maybe I just want to start very, very, very small. I might want to try a demo for a while with fantasy money just to understand what I'm doing, right? You need to work that out for yourself. Don't look again for Colin in the street corner to tell you what you should be doing. Like, take some of this stuff into your own hands. I think Kenyans for too long have been looking for someone else to make these decisions for them, and that's because of the financial literacy we need to improve for people, right? They want to send their money to a pension, they want to send their money to a fund, they want someone else to trade on their behalf. Take control of it yourself. Right? Take it back to yourself. Then when you're ready to invest, you invest. Then be patient, the last part of it. Patience with your investments, patience with yourself. You're going to make some mistakes. You're going to make some mistakes. Everyone does. I made some big mistakes. I learned from them very well. But some of the stats we see is that 80% of people claim to be consistently profitable after they've been trading for 4 years. So if you're patient with yourself and you realise you're going to make some mistakes, but you're making your own mistakes, not Colin that told you to invest in something that was completely wrong and you lost your money, and you stick with it past 4 years, you're getting on your path to being very, very successful long term. And that's what happened to me for sure. Making really big mistakes in the first 4 years, became a better trader, and now, 16, 17 years down the line, I would consider myself that I can invest now and I know what I'm doing with my investments. That's when you're on the path.
Okay, guys, you had that. So remember, you need to save. After saving, you need to learn. Okay, and after learning, you need to invest. and invest according to your risk portfolio, and then be patient and make your own. Don't be afraid to make your own mistakes. There you have it, guys. Thank you so much, Brian, for joining us. This is Financial Literacy 101. I'll talk to you guys soon.